What's up, fam ski? This is your friendly neighborhood resident Portuguese thick boy, Eric Lima, coming at you with yet another video episode from my secondary YouTube channel, vlogging, which I present to all of you. My sentimental thoughts come from my heart and my soul, and my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and brain. This is EML77 TV, episode 919. Let me explain. I have screwed up on the episode count again, so up until now, disregard what number of episodes I said. I changed all the number of episodes, and here's where we're at right now. Episode 919. So I did screw up. So this is actual episode 919. You know why I've been screwing up? Because I've been interrupted by the stupid pandemic, the stupid internet trolls, everybody messaging me, correcting me in this, blah, 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 blah. Here's an idea, people. Leave me alone until I set up the video. Got it? Get it? Got it? Good. All right? Because y'all drive me crazy. You make me lose count. And when you make me lose count, that's not a good thing, you know? Math is important, people. See, I'm already gone nuts thanks to you guys. All right? I felt like going, epa, karish kapash, papakas, I should pat on the cabasa. Epa, guy. Epa. And on the blockade, num degish, huh? Ay galinha. Ay, Schwagagao and all that good stuff. Forgive my language. Anyways, that's how I'm feeling all day. So, today, yes, you know, obviously, it's Friday, a.k.a. Friday. That means I get the weekend off. Praise the Lord, weekend. Praise the Lord, weekend. Yes, sir, it's morphin' time. Dragon Sword, okay. I tried to... So, what do I want to talk about today? Is one of my favorite Red Sox teams ever. And that will be the 2004 Boston Red Sox. Now, what do I want to talk about the 2004 Boston Red Sox? Well, let's just say they made a year that was potentially be kind of sucky because a lot of stuff went on that year. And a lot of stuff that is not good. Or that has not been good, but anyways, and then I thought it would get worse. But Red Sox kind of changed all that, and I will explain. All right, as you know, 2003, the season was over for the Red Sox when they lost on an Aaron Boone home run that would give the Yankees an advance to the World Series against the Florida Marlins. So, because of Brady Little's boneheaded decision to leave Pedro in, the Red Sox front office understandably unloaded Brady Little, said, "You fired, you ain't supposed to leave Pedro in there." And so they hired Terry Francona as a manager. But they were not done. Thanksgiving dinner for the Schillings, Kurt and his family, invited general manager Theo Epstein. They worked out a deal. Theo Epstein got Kurt Schilling. He sent a few players from Arizona for him. But Mr. Epstein was not done. They went out and got a closer. Oakland's Keith Foulke has signed on with them as a free agent. Yay. I like Keith Foulke. Then they were about to make another deal, what to send Nomar Garcia Power and Manny Ramirez to the Rangers for Alex Rodriguez. But the league nullified the deal. In hindsight, back then I thought we were screwed out getting A-Rod. But in hindsight, the league helped us out and helped us dodge a major, and I do mean major bullet. Seriously? And I do mean a major bullet. I mean, you're talking about, a major bullet. In the league, now Bud Selig was the commissioner, so in a way you'll understand why. But the Red Sox front office always has a plan B for the upcoming 2004 season. Okay? Now check this out. Now, earlier that year, I should say, I went through a lot of things in 2004. The only good thing that came out earlier in 2004 was the Patriots winning another Super Bowl, defeating the Philadelphia Eagles. This is 2004, mind you, with when Donovan McNabb as the quarterback for the Eagles. And Tom Brady was quarterback for the Patriots at the time. in January of 2004, I got into a car accident thanks to the stupid slippery roads. That's when my hatred towards winter started. Driving on the way home from rehearsal, I thought the highway was way too dangerous for me to drive, so I figured I'd drive the back roads and try to go home via Phillips Road. But then I end up, when I'm trying to make a turn, I end up curving, and another car hit me. And then a week later after that, my grandfather passed away that very same year. So I was like, double whammy. What can I do, right? I was not very happy. So, anyways, continuing on with this wonderful story about the 2004 Boston Red Sox, how they played a part in me having a pretty decent year, or a very good year. Obviously, you probably know already, because if you don't know, now you're going to know. So, watching the Red Sox, and they started off their season, they started off pretty good, and then battling the Yankees for the AL East, and it was expected to be. It's expected to be a two-dog race or something like that, so no problem, right? Then, and then, as the season progresses, the Red Sox have been doing well, to the point where July 24th came about. The Yankees came to town for a game. Bronson Arroyo was starting for the Sox, and I think Tangen Sturts was starting for the Yankees, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And Bronson Arroyo, A-Rod came to the plate. Bronson Arroyo plunks him, goes and tries to go to first base, but then he starts chirping at Bronson Arroyo, knowing that he didn't mean it, and says, "Give me another ball, Jace." And then after he was chirping at Arroyo, Veritek, in choice words, told him to go to first base. A-Rod said, "F you." Jason Veritek shoved a glove in A-Rod's face, and those two went at it. And you see the iconic picture of Jason Veritek shoving a glove at A-Rod's face. A bench clearing brawl happened. And then that's that, right? It didn't end there. That same game, Bill Miller ended it with a two-run shot off Mariano Rivera, giving the Red Sox the win. But this rivalry was not over by a long shot. I can guarantee you this. Then a week later, July 31st, trading deadline. Red Sox pulled off Plan B. They traded Nomar Garciaparra, one of the most popular Red Sox players since Ted Williams, to the Chicago Cubs in a 4-team deal involving the Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs, Minnesota Twins, and the Montreal Expos. That's right. There was the Montreal Expos before they came to Washington Nationals. And this was also the first time, because the Red Sox were playing the Twins that very same day, the first time ever the two teams playing against each other making a deal. Strange, isn't it? In which Nomar went to the Cubs. The Expos gave the Red Sox Orlando Cabrera, while Doug Minkiewicz just basically switched locker rooms. And I remember Doug Minkiewicz talking about it. He goes, "Oh no, I'm been traded for Nomar." And the rest is history, man. But the Red Sox were not done. They signed a free agent outfielder in Dave Roberts, who will play a key role for the Red Sox that same season. Oh, another thing, too. The Red Sox picked up Ellis Burks. He wanted to end his career with the Red Sox. Boy, did he pick a good time to end it. I'll explain later. So, anyways, but also, that very same year, there were 4 weddings and 1 funeral. Obviously, the funeral was my grandfather's. That was back in January. 1 wedding that happened. And it was the Red Sox playing against the Yankees. I think the Yankees beat them in that game. It was my sister's, Cora's wedding to my brother-in-law, Brandon, at the time. And I was honored to be the best man. I thought that was a good highlight for me. So there was that. Red Sox played against the Yankees. They lost. Sox lost. About a week later, my friend from church, Michelle Saraiva, ended up getting married to a young man by the name of Sean Monroe. And that was the day that the Red Sox lost to the Yankees, and Pedro Martinez gave his famous "The Yankees Are My Daddy" speech. which gave the Yankee fans some fuel and some cannon fodder, bulletin board material. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? You know, need I say more on that? Need I say more, folks? Need I say more? And then there was another wedding. My friend Luke Rafa got married that same year. In October, yes, alas. That was when I thought my year couldn't get any worse. My ex-crush got married. Paulette. But they got married in New Hampshire. So technically my pastor attended 4 weddings and a funeral. And that's an actual movie. Oh, my pastor is not Hugh Grant. He's already married. That's all I can say about that matter, huh? So anyways, and it seems like every time people in my church get married, Red Sox play the Yankees and end up losing. Sox lost twice. Although my ex-crush, when she got married, the Red Sox were playing against the Orioles that year, and they lost the last game. But they made it in as a wild card. So playoffs come around. Red Sox made it in as a wild card. We draw the Angels in the first round, the ALDS Division Series. 3-game sweep. Big Papi ended the series with a home run off Jared Westbrook, giving Derek Lowe the win. Derek Lowe has stepped up in the playoffs. Trust me, there's more on him. So we are awaiting the winner of the New York-Minnesota series. You know, I have to admit, I didn't want New York again. All right? I personally did not want New York again. But it would be great to have revenge on them. So I figured, hey, why not, right? So the Yankees beat Minnesota. Here we go again. Rematch of 2003 ALCS. And I felt like I regretted the decision that I wanted the Yankees when the Yankees beat the Red Sox the first 2 games and then mollywopped us in Game 3, 19-8 that year. The Who's Your Daddy chants on poor Pedro. Schilling's ankle was still hurting because he hurt his ankle during the ALDS. But Game 4, momentum has shifted. Sox and Yankees battle it out. Bottom of the ninth for the Red Sox. The Yankees decided, well, we're going to end this thing. We're going to put another curse on the Red Sox. Let's bring in the Sandman, Mariano Rivera. Mariano Rivera comes in. Walks freaking, and the Sox are down by 1 run. Walks freaking Kevin Millar. Now, Kevin Millar knows that he's too dang slow on the base paths. So, he probably looks and says, you got anybody that can run faster than me? In comes Dave Roberts. Terry Francona says, go get him, big boy. Dave Roberts stole second off Mariano Rivera. That alone changed the course of the series. More on that. Bill Miller gets a base hit. Roberts with his speed comes home, ties the ball game up. Blown save for Mariano Rivera. Blown save. Trust me on this one. It is crazy. Then, extra innings come around. Former Red Sox farmhand Paul Quantrill, all right, toes the rubber. Digging in, Big Papi David Ortiz. Ortiz cranks one. Game-winning shot. See you later, Game 5. Game 5 comes around. Sox ties it in the 8th, right? Big Papi homers off Tom Gordon. They battle back and forth. Once again, Johnny Damon gets on base in extra innings. I think he had a double. Big Papi hits it. Johnny Damon bolts it home. Game-winning run. I forget which inning it was. Game-winning run. We're going to Game 6. Game 6. Curt Schilling, before Game 6, he says, I cannot wait to go into Yankee Stadium, in that stadium, and get 55,000 people to shut up. Well, let's just say this. We got our wish, folks. Curt Schilling had his ankle sutured up, little cornerstone shots, and he was ready to go. And it was known as the Bloody Sock game. This game had all the craziness in the world, folks. Game 6, back at the Bronx, man. Mark Bellhorn. Mark freaking Bellhorn, okay? This dude stepped up where it counted. At the plate. He hits one. It hits off a Yankee fan's chest and drops into the field. Figures a ground rule double. Umpires decide to get together. Home run. Sox in. I was like, Sox are ahead. Yes. All right, go to later innings. All right, Bronson Arroyo comes in for Schilling. A-Rod up again. Here we go again. He hits the ball. A-Rod hits the ball back to Bronson Arroyo, who picks it up, wants to go tag A-Rod. A-Rod, while running, slaps the ball out of his hands. Derek Jeter scores. Figure the Yankees are within a run or so, right? Wrong. Umpires got together. Terry Francona asks what's going on. Umpire points at A-Rod. You're out. Jeter, get your butt back to first. I was like, ha, 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 ha. Karma, huh, Yankees? Yankee fans started misbehaving, throwing stuff on the field, got the Sox off the field. I say, they started ejecting those fans, man. No way. All right. Whatever. So, might I digress? All right. Game gets back on. Red Sox end up scoring 4 runs. Yankees scored 2. And the Red Sox won the game 4-2. Keyfolk closed the door. First time in baseball history the Red Sox forced a Game 7 after being down 3-0. Yankee fans are like, what the heck is going on with this team? We got to do something. You see, I think I had a hunch that the pitching is not sustainable on the Yankees' part. I mean, they got lucky with their pitching so far, but they weren't getting so lucky now in this series. Game 7, Kevin Brown starts for the Yankees. Derek Lowe starts for the Red Sox. This is where Derek Lowe gets to earn his keep, so to speak. Wouldn't you know it, Kevin Brown gives up a base hit to Johnny Damon. He gets on base, right? He gets on second, right? Now, Johnny Damon's got decent speed, but you forgot, there are 3 decent outfielders out there. Sheffield, Williams, and Matsui. And they all got great arms. Manny Ramirez comes up. Oh, okay, 1 out. Manny Ramirez comes up. He gets a base hit, right? He gets a base hit. And Bernie Williams has the ball, I think. I think it was Bernie Williams. Or was it Matsui? So Johnny Davis says, I'm going to score the first run of the game. The Yankee outfielder throws it. Dead duck. You're out. Should have stayed on third there, Johnny boy. We thought, oh, here we go again. But Big Papi says, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. I'm going to start cleaning up the mess. Big Papi belts 1 2-run shot. Sox lead 2-0 in Game 7. A couple of innings later, Red Sox had the bases loaded. Johnny Damon decided to make up for that base running gaff. Hits it into the seats over Sheffield's head. Grand slam. Sox lead 6-0. And remember when Kurt Schilling says he can't wait to go into that stadium and get 55,000 people to shut up? It was stunned silence. Yankee fans could not believe what is happening here. But us Red Sox fans were cautiously optimistic because you never know. The Yankees have the offense can get them to roar back in the game. But Derek Lowe was pitching like he pitched a no-hitter against the Tampa Bay Rays back in 2002. He was pitching nearly lights out. And doing 6 or 7 innings out of him? I think it was 6 innings out of him. And he pitched like he didn't even give up a single run. That's how good Derek Lowe was. Trust me on this one. I mean, it was just crazy. Then, and then, a couple of innings later, Red Sox come back to the plate. A runner on, Johnny Damon. Boom! Upper deck shot. 8-0 Red Sox. And I don't know whose bright idea was it to bring Pedro in, though. I don't know if it was Terry Francona's or Pedro's. Just Pedro and Francona want to play mind games with the Yankee crowd. whatever the case may be, Pedro comes in, gives up 3 runs, 2 earned. All the while, I think they want to get the fans going, so little mind games. Who's your daddy? And you see, and Pedro on the mound was smirking. He figured he got him where he wanted him, right? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I'm like, yeah. So 3 runs. Terry Franco says, okay, you had your fun. Timlin shut things down, right? Another run scored. Veritek had an RBI. But the 10th run, that ended it. Mark Bellhorn, once again, cracks one. Hits the foul pole, home run. And the foul pole, when the ball hit the foul pole, it went, and I said, that is the sound of all the hopes and dreams of Yankee fans being shattered and hoping to go back to the World Series. It ain't happening. The Yankee fans started to leave the arena, to leave the stadium. The old Bronx Yankee Stadium, man. The Red Sox had a 10-3 lead going into the 9th. Bottom of the 9th, Alan Embry got the 3 outs. Last out, Pokey Reese takes the grounder, throws to the first, and the Red Sox, it made freaking history, man. They're going to the World Series, winning the pennant after being down 3-0. I was so happy. I remember going into work the next day, and one of my coworkers at Ruby Tuesday at the time, I was working at Ruby Tuesday at the time during all this, and she, her name was Carla Machado. Hi, Carla. And she's a Yankee fan, so she's picking on me. So I came in, I went, who's your papi? She goes, shut up! I was loving it. I was with the Yankees. We embarrassed them in their home turf. Coming down from 3-0, and we end up doing the backdoor sweep. And we shocked the world. That's what Tim Millar says. We're going to shock the world. The Red Sox shocked the world. All right? They ended up winning that series. And Pedro said it best. I finally got over the Yankees. Thank God. So we decided to wait because St. Louis and Houston were going at it in a 7-game series of their own. I kind of wanted to face Houston so we could face Roger Clemens, but that didn't happen. St. Louis won. So I said, well, it's okay. I mean, to think about it, St. Louis got the best record in baseball, plus they beat us in 46 and 67. We need to get them back. First 2 games, the Red Sox made 4 errors each. Total 8 errors. Sox won 11-9, and Mark Bellhorn, once again, hits one off the pesky pole. Kaboom! Home run. Mark Bellhorn. Mark freaking Bellhorn. Mark Bellhorn. Right? Game 2, Kurt Schilling stepped up once again. Game 3, Pedro Martinez stepped up. Manny Ramirez, home run. Sox win Game 3 in Busch Stadium. But then Game 4. Game 4 was it. Game 4 was it. Johnny Damon led off. Home run. All right. Innings later, Trot Nixon nearly hit a homer, but a 2-run double. We'll take it. But then, Derek Lowe pitching lights out. Brunson Arroyo pitched an inning or 2. A few changes being made in the bottom of the 9th. Gabe Kapler went into right field for Trot Nixon. Keith Folk towed the rubber. And let me tell you, did I say Keith Lee by accident? I don't know if I did. I have Keith Lee on the brain for. So, Keith Folk towing the rubber. Pujols gets on. It was Pujols, Rowland, and Edmonds. That's the immediate order right there. They can hit. These guys can hit. They can come back and possibly win the game, preventing a Sox sweep. But Keith Folk, Albert Pujols gets on, gets Rowland out, gets Edmonds out. Here comes Edgar Renteria. Now here's where Dennis Leary hit the nail on the head here. Gabe Kapler wears number 19. Johnny Damon wears number 18. Wore number 18 at the time. They were standing next to each other. Combined to 2, 19-18. Edgar Renteria was at the plate. He took a ball. Pujols takes second on a defensive indifference. Sox were leading 3-0 in that game. Game 4. Edgar Renteria was wearing number 3. Who wore number 3? Babe Ruth. Keith Folk digs in, takes it and gets the pitch he wants. He throws it. Renteria bounces the ball back to Folk. He grabs it, underhands it to Dominkiewicz. And oh, glorious day. The Red Sox won the World Series that year. The Red Sox were world champions. Who would have thought that would happen? And you're talking about, I was like, yes. I had a Daniel Bryan moment before Daniel Bryan even existed in the WWE. Okay? I was like, yes, doing kung fu moves and all that. I was happy. I was so dang happy. I was like, forget all the other stuff that's happened to me. Forget the fact that I believe this was a gift from my grandfather. An early Christmas gift from my grandfather from above, man. Because he was the one. All right? He was the one that, probably was riding in a limo. I did that. I did it twice. Rode in the limo twice in my entire life. It was both my grandparents that passed away on my father's side of the family. Here comes, Patriots won the Super Bowl earlier that year. Forget the fact that I got into an accident and I was driving a Volkswagen Jetta, by the way, which it sucked on the road, especially during the snow. Forget the fact that my grandfather died. I even forgot the fact that my ex-crush got married that same year. Who thought 24 days later, from depression, I wasn't totally depressed, but I was like kind of sad, to pure joy. I was so happy. I remember going to work and I felt like screaming, singing, "We are the champions," and we did it. The Sox did it. The Red Sox broke the curse that year. I was so freaking happy when they did it. I was like so happy. I was in a good mood. In fact, I get to enter the holiday season with an old big grin on my face at that time. It's like, imagine how awesome it felt to see the Red Sox actually win the World Series. I never thought it would happen in my lifetime. And then we all joked, and everybody joked about we had to wait till 86 years to win another one. Didn't take that long. Because if I'm not mistaken, it took 14 years to win 3 more. 14 years to win 3 more. A grand total of 4 World Series in 14 years. From 2004 to 2018, man. The curse was over. Done. Rest in peace. Give the curse a tombstone by the Undertaker. Body bag, a casket, and lower it to the ground. The curse was done. Dead, gone, buried. I was so happy. I was as happy as again. If somebody told me, "Oh, your ex-crush Paula got married," who cares? The Red Sox won the World Series. They broke the curse. The curse. In fact, if you would have told me that the Red Sox, the White Sox, and the Cubs would all win the World Series, I would have thought, ain't gonna happen. I thought, as the Red Sox, I'm confident, but White Sox and Cubs, both Chicago baseball teams, I don't know. I was like, I don't think it's gonna happen. It did. Next year, the White Sox swept the Astros. And then, 4 years ago, the Chicago Cubs finally broke their curse. And who was the general manager for the Cubs? Theo freaking Epstein, the curse buster, the curse breaker. He busted up 2 of the biggest curses in baseball history. Think about that. Theo Epstein. So if Theo Epstein, will say he gets fired by the Cubs, I'm sure every team would want him to be their general manager. He'd probably say, "Well, look what he did for the Red Sox and Cubs." I wouldn't be surprised if he does get fired by Cubs ownership. And they'll probably say, and Cleveland ownership say, "Hey, we need this guy as a general manager." He can help Cleveland break another drought. Because right now, the Cleveland Indians got the longest championship drought at over 70 plus years. It's unbelievable. because the Cavaliers recently won a championship a few years ago. But the Red Sox winning the World Series was the most epic thing that year. It was the most. I mean, we won the World Series with Mark freaking Bellhorn. Mark Bellhorn. And remember I said that Ellis Burks re-signed with the team to end his career there? What a way to go out. To be part of the team that broke the curse. This makes me proud to be a Red Sox fan. So if all you crazy Yankee fans remind us of your 27 World Series rings, and I'm going to say, how about 0-3? You blew that in 2004. I just love it. I just love it. It's like forget everything else that happened to me that year. I am happy as a clam. I get to walk into the holiday season. I get to go into the holiday season with a big smile on my face knowing that the Red Sox broke the stinking curse. I say we dance and have a great time. And that's the way it was. And who do we have to thank for all this? The New England Patriots. The New England Patriots started this. They gave us a championship revival, man. And just like that. Look what we did since 2000. 6 Super Bowls, 4 World Series, and a championship each. 12 championships in 20 years in New England. That's pretty good. That's very good. I like it. Yes. But alas, sometimes all great champions, all great things come to an end. Red Sox didn't do much this year. Right now, it's the Dodgers and the Braves. Let's see what is going on. It's the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Houston Astros. The Astros are down 3-2. Atlanta up 3-1. This is going to be fun. And tonight, a Game 6 and a Game 5. We will see. We will see, man. All right. That's all the time we have on the show. I figured I want to talk about the 2004 Boston Red Sox because I like them. They were my favorite team in 2007, 2013, and 2018. But 2004 stands out, folks. And now we know why. So, that is all the time. Episode 919 is complete. I will see you guys on the next episode, episode 920. Peace, and have a good rest of the night.